The next question is this. Number one, should a delay or ever occur between candidate's profession of faith and administration of his baptism in order to prove the candidate? Right? Should we delay baptism? Someone says, I wanted to be baptized. Should we delay it? That is a question. Scripture knows of no delay between one's profession and his baptism. But neither does it offer an explicit command in this regard. Over the centuries, Baptists have made several observations in regard that are worth noting. Usually, Baptist churches have certain observations that have been made. That is, biblical baptism always involved adults who clearly understand their decision, whereas the modern church often deals with the children and others whose understanding lags behind their seal. So these time period, churches are baptizing children. I mean, very, very young one. I personally, I don't think it is right for us to baptize kids. Number two, biblical baptism occurred in the milieu where embracing Christ and Christian message meant immediate social ostracism, right? So that is what happened. These people who joined the church, they faced this social ostracism, outcast. So hasty and uninformed professions were less likely in such a setting. Because in the biblical times, anyone decides to follow Jesus, wow, it is a huge decision. So nobody took that decision without knowing the consequences. So that therefore, baptism was immediate, right? Because they knew the risk involved in it. Contrarily, in some modern cultures, getting religion often means with a broad approval and can actually improve one's social status. But today, it is much more different. Maybe if you are baptized in a certain area of the population, and if you're baptized Christian, then you are someone accepted highly. So a church should be mindful of this factor as a fertile ground for disingenuous profession. Number three, historical rise of early speedy baptism is relatively recent feature, especially in Baptist life. I am saying these days, there are a lot of local churches, they wanted to baptize children in a very early young age. Right? Now, yes, commencing with the rise of Campbellite aberration, Campbellite Church of Christ group, whoever teaches baptismal regeneration. Yes, friends, if that is what your doctrine is, it is right to baptize very early. Actually, I would say Roman Catholics are right. Because if your salvation is dependent on baptism, then you should baptize when baby is born the same day or within a few days itself. There's nothing wrong. If baptismal regeneration is your doctrine, you should baptize very early, right? Now, so accelerating during the next century as a regard for baptism as an entry rite fell into the decline in lieu of regard for baptism as mere announcement of faith, right? Now, becoming a fixed feature in Baptist church life based on primarily sociological rather than theological factors. So I'm trying to say is that it is not advisable to have baptism very early. Conclusion, we are going to talk about the children's baptism, but right now we are talking, should we keep a timing? When somebody professes their faith, how long we should wait? My conclusion is this: it seems appropriate in many cases to allow a short time or a short time lag to ensure complete understanding, and even to observe satisfactory evidence of a changed life. A long delay, however, is inappropriate unless there is a credible reason to doubt the candidate's profession. So, friends, I think it is wise to allow for a short time to understand, to observe the evidence of changed life. But a long delay also is not right. So, should we wait? I think today's setting, especially setting in this part of the world, right, especially Asian, the South Asian part of the earth, we have various people coming from various religious background, and we make sure that they know the gospel clearly, and we make sure that they have a changed life. We make sure. So we are, see, don't be so eager to baptize people. Be patient, take time, but don't wait for a longer time. That is also not so good.